Technical difficulties here, folks. Sorry, didn't think it was going to work. All of a sudden, it's working, so that's a little awkward, but we're okay. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. I'm here to ask the question today: are the Knights Templar rising again? I was sent a very fascinating article, actually a link to a website from one of my crack subscribers. Not a subscriber that's on crack, just a subscriber that is very sharp. And they sent me a link to a website that talked about the rise of the Knights Templar and how you can be a Knights Templar if you want to be. Of course, it's going to cost you about $900. But at any rate, the question has to be asked: are the Knights Templar on the rise again? This show is not about who the Knights Templar are. You can do a little bit of homework, do a little study, and realize who the Knights Templar were. Basically, they were supposedly the defenders of the Holy Land. Actually, it was probably the beginning of the usurious banking system and a Jesuit front, but maybe that's painting with a little bit too broad a brush. But there you go. Anyway, not the nicest of guys. They were really an army, a de facto private army. Study up more on the Knights Templar if you'd like to. But let's look at this. Are the Knights Templar making a return? This is the website that I was sent, and anything that goes by or anything that's symbol is the cross, you have to immediately begin to question. And let's look at some frequently asked questions. What do you say? This is the Knights Templar Order International. And I do not endorse this at all. How do they make their decisions? They've got a governing body, membership. You get a flag, you get a pendant, you get some ID cards. And if you really join, you get an official frame certificate, an official cross, an ancient oath parchment, a membership card with fob. Wow. An ancient Templar battle flag, an official Crusader magazine, and the annual report. And don't forget, you get the spiffy black beanie as well, all boxed beautifully and sent tracked to members anywhere in the world. You can join as an affiliate, and I think that costs you $90 a year. You don't get all the cool stuff, but you get part of it. And then if you decide you want to be a full-blown Knight Templar through this organization, that's where you pay the $890. See, full Knight and regalia package. What do you have to do to get the sword? That's what I want to know. But anyway, and I'll check this out. All full eligible members with regalia, or all of you that have paid $900, are invited to be enrolled in the sacred oath ceremony before your peers, where you will be knighted with full military honors in an ancient and holy ceremony dating back 1,000 years to the temple at Jerusalem. Only problem is the temple was no longer at Jerusalem 1,000 years ago. Come on, man. Do your math. Do your homework. The temple at Jerusalem's been gone since AD 70. This is 2018, so it's been gone for almost 2,000 years. So this ancient and holy ceremony can't date back 1,000 years to the temple at Jerusalem because the temple was not there. Be that as it may, you'll be sworn into an order that is famed throughout the world. You should be very serious about your responsibilities in representing an order that once stood where Christ stood. Of course, long after he stood there, but they did stand there. All candidates are only responsible for their own travel and accommodation, as the local priory usually puts on a free banquet and a free tour at the initiation ceremonies as an act of goodwill to the visiting brethren and the new knights and dames. So, ladies, you are included as well. You can be a dame, and brothers, you can be a knight. And wait, there's more. Members of the Grand Rosslyn Priory and key members in each country who distinguish themselves through work as volunteers, either within the org or externally in some way that is particularly noteworthy and valuable for some aspect of the cause which they stand for, you can be a knight commander. And if you are you, they ask, Freemasons? No, we are not Freemasons. It is not a Masonic order. In fact, we view Freemasonry, they say, with grave suspicion. Freemasonry has a long record of serving corrupt elites, subversion of Christian society. Freemasonry is not only open to Christians, but all who recognize a grand architect, and this is unacceptable to these bros. Oh, here we go. As true Christians, we recognize no such figure. The Bible tells us that God created heaven and earth from the void. He is far more than a mere architect. Wow. Are you political? They answer with a Bible verse. Can anyone join? You can join, but you must believe the Nicene Creed. It grows more interesting, ladies and gentlemen. I believe in one God. Well, I'm out because the Bible teaches a multiplicity of gods, the Elohim. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm out because the Lord's a rat bastard and Jesus Christ is a plastic soylent creation. What else am I out? I believe he was incarnate by the Holy Ghost of the Virgin Mary. I'm out. There was no Virgin Mary, and if the story were true, he raped her. She got knocked up. He was crucified. No, he wasn't. He rose from the dead. No, he didn't, because he never died. Anyway, I don't think that I can become part of this Knights Templar. Unfortunately, I just don't think it's in the cards for me. And that's too bad, because I did have $900 just laying around that I really had nothing else to do with. So I was kind of hoping that maybe I could become a Knight Templar, but it doesn't look like it's possible. And of course, I'm being a little bit facetious here, ladies and gentlemen. But at the same time, we have to think about the fact that there's probably a bunch of dudes and dudettes that are dropping $900 to become a lawful, committed, defensive Christian chivalric order of men and women over the age of 18. We stress tolerance of all those who are no threat to us. But what about your friendly neighborhood Christian whistleblower? What about the harmless little fuzzball Christian whistleblower? The order desires to welcome into membership all those who are natural leaders, who share an understanding of the threats we face today. Among these threats, radical Islam, liberalism, political corruption, cultural Marxism, and anti-Christian bigotry. Are they talking about me? I think they're talking about me. So, ladies and gentlemen, this whole idea of a resurgence or a rebirth of the Knights Templar, even though it seems a little silly, seems a little nutty, yet at the core, it does hide somewhat of a nefarious agenda. Because if they want to stand against people like me, they want to stand in against people like you Douglas Clark says you cannot buy your way into the Knights Templar. Well, guess what, Mr. Clark? You can now. It's only $890, and you get the beanie, you get the flag, you get the pin, you get the fob, you get the certificate, you get a spiffy little robe thing, and you are a Knights Templar. They take oaths. Toss that cross. I love that from Dean Winchester. Please don't be a sucker to this Knights. To this Knights Templar cannot be bought, of course. And they don't want you to be a Freemason either. It is very, very embarrassing. Just keep laughing. Lit T says, hashtag just keep laughing. I appreciate it. Watch how fast I'm going to see if this can be taken down. Well, we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. Knight Commander at your service. Dame Knight Commander would April Corvin Ahmed be. Fake it until you make it. Hey, I do not give consent. Damn, says Lit T. I could have been a dame. Wow, like buying a star and it gets your name. Only that's not a waste of money. Rick and Delaney Jackson in the house. While quantities last, that's right. Could be a good idea if it wasn't so evil. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And if you notice, over the past few days, we had the explosion of exorcisms within the Catholic Church. We had the Virgin Mary showing up on the dust in the wall. And today we have the rebirth of the Knights Templar. And if you see interesting news, send it to me. That's how many of these broadcasts take shape, is by getting interesting news from people just like you. And it turns into shows just like this. Can you tell I went to the military surplus store yesterday? I got some GTA gear, my Don't Tread on Me. Ooh, that just gave me a great idea. And my shirt here, my blouse, as it's actually called in the military, with my rank insignia and my super cool patch over here that you can see. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there's a resurgence of Catholic thought. They're trying to scare you back into Rome. They're trying to lure you back into Rome with false miracles and false apparitions. They're trying to lure you back into Rome with promises of being a Knights Templar, being somebody special. Please do not fall for this silliness. Please do not fall for this ridiculousness, this ridiculosity. Somebody says, are we going to use the rods today? They have a serious question to ask. Oh, all right. Let's do some rods. Let me move this microphone out of the way, even though the sound is not quite as good from up here. Let's do some rod questions. Somebody asked, will there be a third magnetic storm coming this year? No answer. Rick and Delaney Jackson, what is your serious question to ask? Said I would. Should I go to the mountains yet? Slow no. So stay tuned, stay away. Here is a interesting, I don't know this person's name. Was Kanika Jenkins' death a murder? I'm not sure who she was. It says yes. Was Kanika Jenkins' death murder? Yes. I'll look at that, Journeyman. I think I saw the email come in. Was Kanika Jenkins' death murder? It says yes 3 times simultaneously. So for what it's worth, the rods say yes, Kanika Jenkins' death was a murder. I don't really know who that is. Will the Knights Templar delay man's awakening? Will the Knights Templar delay man's awakening? No. Etressa using her rods got a yes. Rick and Delaney Jackson says it was her friends. Brendan says, is an asteroid coming this month? No, it's not. Oh, the hotel girl in the freezer. Yeah, I believe that was I would concur with the rods. Absolutely. Any other rod questions out there? Inquiring minds want to know, I understand. Still haven't gotten my rods. Do you care? Paid for them and emailed you. What I do care is about you asking questions like that in a chat off the channel. Will my, oh, I don't want to ask that, Catherine. That's too much. Yesterday, I said some things on Facebook about our state not trying to take away our guys because of Florida thing. You know, folks, when you order the rods, it actually says that they're all handcrafted individually, and it takes a minute to get them. I just mailed out, I am 100% caught up on rod orders, and I appreciate you ordering. And I do need you to be patient. And if you can't be patient, perhaps you shouldn't order. I hate to say it that way. I know that's kind of rude. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's a one pony circus around here. It's a one pony circus around here. So if it's going to make you upset, if it takes a little bit of time, then don't order them. But we are 100% caught up. We have worked through all of our ordering issues. Quite frankly, we weren't prepared for the demand. Okay. If you don't like it, just don't hang around. It's just that easy. The way it goes. We were overwhelmed by the demand, both for rods, overwhelmed by the demand for Mistec. We've solved both those issues. And I hope that you can be patient. If you can't, then I'm sorry. And all I can say is, well, bye. Am I safe from the deep state? Asked Bill Sibley. Am I safe from the deep state at this time? Yes, you are. Good spanking rods. Ooh, I wouldn't want to spank somebody with these. That would hurt. That would hurt. Anybody have any other rod questions? Anybody have any other rod questions? Is it okay if I post this show on my Facebook? Absolutely. Always. Yes, indeed. And once again, let's ask, was that little girl, and I know she wasn't that little, murdered? Yes, she was. It was foul play. It was murder. Is there a U.S. base on the moon? Ooh, it says yes. And in fact, on that subject, it looks like we're going to have Laura Eisenhower on the channel. And we'll be talking about things like that. Am I safe from the deep state, truth and love? Yes. My rods won't work for some reason. Every now and then, Super G, I've sold hundreds of pairs of rods. And there might have been 2 or 3 that have said they just don't work for me. Sometimes it takes a minute. Heidi had to sleep with hers, and I don't mean in a weird way, just put them on her bed under her pillow or something for a couple of weeks before they started working real well. You have to build a relationship with them. I would keep them warm, sleep with them, talk to them, and, be nice. Please show me yes. Please show me no. Thank you very much. You might even give them a little smooch every now and then. Oh, Central Michigan University shooting. Our thoughts go out to those folks. I hate to do this, White Rabbit, but I'll ask, will Follow the White Rabbit get evicted on Thursday? No. Will White Rabbit get evicted on Thursday? No, it's a strong no. Will White Rabbit get evicted on Thursday? Very strong No. So I'm going to say no to that one, and we'll keep our spiritual fingers crossed for you. But I know I made light of that Knights Templar thing, and yet it is important for us to keep in mind that there are serious strategies, serious things being put together to oppose us, serious things being put together to cause harm to us, serious things being put together to deceive us, serious things being put together to distract us. So it's important that we remain vigilant. It's important to remain very vigilant. That's why I wear the military attire. That's why I wear the Don't Tread on Me hat. Of course, it is also fun. But this is the reason why we do this, so that you will remain vigilant. One more question. Is my state going to take our guns? Asked Jody. No. Not till they pry them from your cold, dead fingers. At least. So stay vigilant, my friends. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, encouraging you to guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, be your own guru, encouraging you to ask questions and question answers, encouraging you to stay vigilant. I'm Jeff Daugherty. I salute you as the Christian Whistleblower. I salute you, Gospel Truth Army. March on fearlessly and unindoctrinate yourself.